the farm's also got the flame. Michigan Bros grows folks. Just wanna grow something to smoke. Michigan Bros Grow Show. Michigan Bros Grow Show. Michigan Bros Grow Show. Michigan Bros Grow Show.
Cheers.
Welcome to the Bro Show Live.
Doesn't have that skill ball ring to it, man. I miss it
That was
already.
pretty good.
Miss them already.
Miss you, man.
Welcome to the Bro Show Live. Congratulations, Scobo and family.
Nice
Yeah.
try.
Even got the echo and everything. Shout out to you, skill ball. We see you in chat there.
So,
Cheers, everybody.
we're using the reverb option.
I'm glad to be back, guys.
We're
Yeah,
glad
it's been a minute.
2 weeks away was too long, so I'm back.
Back and you grew a fro and a stash.
Very,
This
very.
dash is pretty impressive, I gotta say.
Well, you
Red
know,
turned into a lizard.
And the chops. I didn't see him until he turned his head. He's got the chops too, man.
I
Oh,
drank the Miracle Grow, and this is what happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers, chat. Don't forget to
Happy
switch to
Halloween
live
weekend.
chat.
That's right. Don't forget to switch to live chat. Yeah, see, you're saying it too early. You gotta wait till you see Uncle Rick, then say that.
Oh. See, amateur move. There we go.
Here we go. We got the signage.
So what's everybody smoking on tonight? I just ripped a whole joint of Donnie.
I was cuvee for me. Then I see you just sent me that message about you finally.
Oh, you
were
got
talking
that?
about- Yeah.
So when I smell it, it's like lemon limey or like, you know, citrusy or something. But when I smoked it today, I got what you. It wasn't really Tootsie Roll. I couldn't put my name on it, but it's something like that.
It's like chocolatey. It's more like
Maybe like
chocolatey.
an orange Tootsie Roll. I don't know. Fragoli's got Fragoli Dad's garlic punch. What's up, dude?
I can't even. I know what he's doing. I can look at peripherally and see what he's doing. He's fingering his pubes. I can't.
I was talking and saying how I couldn't take him seriously right now because he's stroking that bristle pad on his chest. The same my painted lady was saying that shit. That's great.
Right in front of the cat too.
At first, I thought he was stroking a cat. I'm like, that's not a cat. That's his fuzzy wuzzies.
All natural, Red. You want to feel?
Oh, I felt it. I wanted to rub my my cheek on it and give myself a scratch or a brushing, I should say.
Cat looks freaked out, Lobster says.
Oh no, she saw a whole bunch of shit last night at the Halloween extrab. But
The cat's watching the game.
she does. Yeah, she's funny. She had a good time.
She went around getting love from everybody.
There's flame.
Sure did.
In her flame.
Woo. Yeah.
Chat, Triple B chat says, I made ice hash today while the Lions took a shit again.
They made it entertaining like usual.
Fucking a nightmare, man. It's just a waste of time at this point.
I feel like that's what I always used to say about the Bengals. So I have similar teams.
Hey, the Bengals came around.
Yeah, they did. Joe Burrows he's a decent quarterback. So
They thought so, yeah. She likes him. She has money on the game.
well, don't everybody talk at once.
I know.
Ferrollo was talking, but he's muted. And
Yeah, I've been enjoying watching that.
yeah.
Oh, I'm just over here sneezing. That dab got me. Oh, it's so hot in this Wook outfit. I'm sweating right now.
That's gonna be terrible, dude. You're not dabbing that.
It's too late. This is how the Wooks do it.
Yeah. It's Wook life.
Look, I even brought my lightsaber.
That's right. It's Wook life. That's
Nice.
how you brought it, man.
I like it.
I like it. I like it.
Don't worry though. I got my Terp pearls, doing low temp dabs, heady glass only, sweet carb caps.
Here's my heady glass. You wanna chink them?
There you go. Cheers. No, this is definitely not a heady glass. This is like $120 probably BDT's glass.
Bro, that's still heady compared to this glass.
Fair enough. It's probably cost them $20, you know, but here we are. I needed it.
Stoner Barney.
He's Puff the Magic Dragon.
Look at that.
My
Choke
costume is
right
purple.
now,
I could put mine on and then we'd be matching.
She's- Piff.
Then you'd be Barney.
Puff Piff.
Piff the Magic
It has to be
Dragon.
purple to be Barney.
I never heard of Piff. I've heard of Puff.
Yeah, it's made up, okay?
Yeah, duh.
Somebody
They
else,
has no imagination.
somebody else
Well, I
asked,
smoked Piff.
oh, who's that? It's a costume. It's made up. That's all.
Live down by the sea, you know.
Yep.
Where the watermelon grows?
I have to deal with lots of salt water.
No, that's a real place actually in Hawaii. I when I was in Hawaii, I like went past it on a boat. I didn't go there, but I saw it. They're like, "Oh, that's where that song is from."
Down by the sea.
That's cool. I wouldn't want to go there. I'd have been like, no, let's go. That's the place. I gotta go see that.
I was young. I had no like authority or any type of say in what we were doing. But I always actually sang the Puff the Magic Dragon song at the camp that I went to growing up. So I knew the song, and so I was geeked that, you know, I got to still see the place. It's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Kalapana? Is that what you're talking about? The Big Island?
Wait,
Hanalei.
Hanalei.
Hanalei or Hanalei.
Hanalei.
Yeah,
Puff the Magic Dragon lives by the sea.
down by the
And
That's what I see.
different
That's
songs.
a different song.
in the lane by
We can all
Hanalei.
go frolic. In the,
Frolic.
Oh,
yeah, in the autumn mist.
north side of
Autumn mist in a
Kauai.
land called Hanalei.
Hanalei.
That's what it is.
On Kauai. Yeah, super
Speaking
cool.
of the autumn mist,
Nice.
have you seen? Did you guys experience autumn mist the last couple mornings? It's been super misty and foggy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually sitting in the deer blind, man. It came in waves yesterday, and like it got
Yesterday
cold
was
every time
crazy.
the mist popped up or the fog.
That's
Yeah,
because
yesterday was really bad.
it's Puff the Dragon season.
It was super foggy yesterday when I was
Mhm.
driving to good old Meyer.
Yeah, I left early yesterday morning. I think I was on the road by like 6 in the morning, and it was super thick. You couldn't see anything.
I bet it was at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They probably didn't even start letting up until like about 10.
yeah, 10, 11
It was
o'clock.
pretty late.
Start lifting until 10. Gone by 11.
You're right, Hindfly. If you're watching this and you don't have your costume on, you're fucking up.
We are disco 70s disco. And Porch and his wife showed up last night without knowing what our costume was as 80s couple in their tracksuits. So that was hilarious. So we had 70s and 80s.
That's cool.
They had 20 packs and all.
Yeah.
Fanny packs and all.
Yeah.
Tara's the pumpkin.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, Nuttree and I was trying to be clever, so I had a t-shirt made for him that said Peter Peter Pumpkin Eater, and then I had this t-shirt, and then I wanted this pumpkin head made for myself, like with the actual eyes, nose, and mouth, and I was going to stick it on my head. Well, Nuttree did it his way, and all I got was helmet head, so I'm fucking wearing that thing, so all you get is a t-shirt.
Pumpkin helmet.
My damn vision was not seen.
It fit on his head so snugly. It was like fucking Da Vinci like carved it. It was hilarious.
Looked like a little beret sitting
And
on
then mine was just teetering back and forth and didn't. I was like, great, I got you.
You had the little motorcycle helmet going on, Tara.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
cute.
it was funny.
Troy had like a bowl cut.
It was funny, that's for sure.
Dumb and Dumber bowl cut.
It was good.
It was a good time. We had a lot of good food. Yeti and Amanda came as Mickey and Minnie.
So much good food.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't ever say the board. How do you pronounce that? I can never say it the right way.
Charcuterie.
Cheese.
Shark coochie board.
There you go. Oh, gosh, you make it sound nasty. God.
That's how you say it. Tara.
No, it's not.
Shark coochie
Well,
board.
it was a beautiful board, and you just made it sound nasty. So
Right. After all my hard work,
It's
you
beautiful.
had to declass it.
hey, I tried new cheese for the first time. I'm really weird about cheese, and so I really went outside my box. I tried some different cheese, so I'm trying.
What kind was it?
You're
Oh,
weird.
I don't remember the name. One of it had horseradish in it. It was super tasty.
That one was good.
That's some of
And
my
then-
favorites. Cheddar and horseradish. Oh, I love that kind of cheese.
And then what was the triangle shaped ones in the corner? That was one of my next favorites.
Manchego.
Yes, that was it.
Mhm.
That was great.
Mhm.
I looked for that at Meyer today, and I couldn't remember the name. I was hoping something would like hit me in the face and be like, that's it. No, it didn't.
That's
Just gotta start opening the packages. They'll hit you in the face. You'll know.
Meyer probably doesn't have that either. I don't know.
I think they do actually.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah, they got a decent cheese selection, and honestly, their espresso Belvitano is. Mwah.
Mm,
Okay.
to remember that one.
We had this cheese lady that made, well, I don't know if she really personally makes them or not. I assume she did. And then they sell it down here at the Bougie Meyer. And she has all these delicious cheeses just wrapped up in like this, special paper and everything. And so we go and look for different kind of cheeses. And we got this VAT 17, this Irish cheddar that, oh man, it was so yummy. That was the crumbly cheese that was
Hmm. That was different.
nutty and
Mm.
sharp. I was like, is the sharpness in a cheese the mold?
Oh, I don't know.
Does anyone
But I don't think I've got that cheese lady at my Meyer.
Chat, what makes
Yeah.
a cheese sharp?
I don't know, but it's delicious. I love that stuff. The sharp.
It's probably the bacteria count or something.
I'm guessing it's got to be probably, but anyway,
Super good.
again, shout
We
out
had
before
homemade
we forget,
salsa.
huh?
We had homemade salsa and chips too. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
yummy. Come back with that homemade salsa.
Apparently, its aging sequence is the only difference in the sharpness.
Oh, okay.
Really?
That's what Google tells me anyway.
Okay.
I mean, 2 cents, whatever. That's what works. You could be Boogie Nights characters. What are those characters' names? The Julianne Moore. Yeah.
Oh gosh, what was their names? That was a funny show.
I loved it. Dirk Diggler and I don't remember her name. Anyway, but before I forget, thanks and shout out again to SDOT from Atlanta for taking care of Sequence while he was down there and being super cool and hanging out with them and taking him to a really cool slutty vegan restaurant called Slutty Vegan.
Nice.
And, yeah, so thanks again to SDOT. And I hope you enjoy the seeds. He's got some Afterglow, and so we sent him on down with some other stuff. So thanks again. That was fucking savior.
Yeah, I couldn't appreciate that guy more. Came down and helped me out with smoking and showing me around town, and that's really nice when you go to a new place. So couldn't appreciate him more.
I always thought it was crazy back in the day hearing like people like Medi Cropper, you know, and he's like living out west or he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be in Boston this weekend, you know, if anybody wants to hang out, just like let me know. And to be like back in the day, it seems so crazy, but now it's like, yeah, man, that's like one of the coolest parts about this is the fact that you can do that.
It works on just about every one of these trips I go on for business. I end up meeting somebody from the show, you know, the parking lot somewhere.
Men's restrooms,
truck stop bathrooms, that kind of thing. When you look like this, you know.
I mean,
Think about it, that would complete the outfit, man. It's a big rig. That's just all you need. You need a show from a big rig. Perfect.
with like cheetah print on the inside of it and lights,
A
like
disco ball hanging from the rear view.
Berries in the front.
And
shag carpet in the interior.
Yeah,
GHB
covering the
dispenser.
seats. Shag seats, man.
Trans Am, yeah, lobsters are right. Like a fucking Firebird.
But it's got to have different colored doors. It's got to have different colored doors. Like one's blue, one's red.
And
a whole
No, man, black and gold.
There you
The
go.
giant Firebird logo on the hood for
Smoking
sure.
the Bandit. Yeah. I'm talking about. So what did you guys do this weekend? Anything exciting? Anybody pop any seeds or start anything new? Or
No, I was thinking it's only 4 months until we have to start popping our outdoor vegetables again, though. Sorry, Becca.
That's okay. We got like a huge package today from Baker Creek with like all the rest of the seeds that we both wanted.
We're
too many.
probably going to start popping some seeds soon for next year. Probably some things like rosemary and
all the herbs, man. Get that lavender going now.
We
just brought ours inside. They're still in 1 gallon pots. So we planted those like 10 months ago.
There's like never a time where you're not planting something. I feel like if you're trying to accomplish like a diverse permaculture, grow a little bit of everything, like there's something to plant every time of year. So, I mean, we wouldn't be able to throw the herbs outside right away. You know, we have to have a little grow light, and we have to have like a little spot for them. You know, so like there's a little bit of infrastructure or like a room that we're gonna have to dedicate for this type of a thing. But then we can get a jump start on the season next year. Otherwise, it takes like 6 months to get rosemary to, you know, that's like grows like a month, an inch a month. You know, it grows so slow.
It takes so long. We brought all of ours. We brought all of ours that we had on our deck inside, and then we'll plant them in the ground next year. So
Nice.
hopefully they'll get nice and big, like big enough to get bushy. Because most of our, like rosemary specifically, stayed super small. Didn't get enough light. I don't know what it was, but it
Where we
just
sourced it.
yeah.
I've never had luck growing it. It doesn't grow outside for me. It dies. I can't keep it. I can't perennialize it or whatever you call it. If I want it, I got to plant it every year.
It has to be planted. Yeah. It freezes out for us too. It just doesn't last. The lavender will come back every year, but not the rosemary. The rosemary, we have to like keep cuttings. We've been slacking on taking cuttings of them, but we're just
We've
gonna.
already brought all that inside though.
Yeah, we brought a few inside. That's the thing, Spark. You just kind of have to overwinter them in the house.
Yeah.
So that's got you can dig them up and put them in pots and maybe put them in the garage, because they can still die. I don't think they can like have a hard freeze. The rosemary or the lavender dies. They're like the same species. It comes back. I don't know. It's maybe just a little bit more hardy. Maybe I'm not getting a hardy variety of rosemary.
Yeah.
Dude, there's probably 60 different varieties of rosemary.
Yeah, for sure. I just got to find the right one.
So it's,
Like I have sage and thyme comes back every year in the little herb garden.
that's
Some years one will get better. Oregano. Some years one will overtake it. Like the oregano and thyme are like fucking fighting each other. One year it's the thyme, the next year it's the oregano.
Time didn't come back this last year, and I was
Oh, really?
Right in the middle.
in the middle. It came back, but that was like its second season. This other patch, it's been coming back like 3 seasons in a row, and this year would have been its fourth, I think, and it just did not come back. And I was like, why did it? It got huge. It was huge. It just all of a sudden died off. I was like, it's not spreading like it normally does. It was kind of
Well,
bizarre.
maybe it has like a
I guess 3 seasonality to it.
finite.
Yeah, what's up with time, guys? You guys know time is time finite? I thought that time was infinite. Isn't time infinite?
I've had mine like 4 or 5 years in a row for sure. It's been there for a while, so it can survive. I let
Time, I think,
a lot
is
of
a
the
human
leaves.
construct. Right?
What was that?
Time is
I think time is a human construct.
time is,
I think it is too. Yeah,
it is very relative.
I'm talking about THYME.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm out of my element then.
I was talking about both.
I'm just thinking like far out, man.
Yeah, man.
Man.
Quick Google search about like cold hardy rosemary is only showing me like 5 different strains of it that's like equipped for zone 5, which is 0 degrees and below pretty much. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's just if there's 60 varieties and only 4 or 5 of them are.
I don't know how many varieties there are. I was over exaggerating. I said there probably is 60. I don't know though.
I have no idea. I mean, I'll just go with what your number is.
There's just for sure more than the one that they sell at the store.
Right.
So we also got down all of our outdoor events. So he's been posting all about them still being up, and we had these nice couple of days and we just got them down.
Yeah, they're
And
finally down.
they are full of seeds, man. They're all hanging, in
That was my next question. I was gonna be like, how?
No, we have, a lot of them are fine and they're still in the plant, but a lot have fallen. And so we just have like floor seeds.
You're gonna have volunteers all over your garden next year too.
Yeah.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
just falling out. We were harvesting. If you just sit and listen for a little while, you hear ding, because they're just like falling out. Falling on little like shit. It's like in the garage,
Everywhere.
like falling on the rack that it's hanging on. Ding.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw him. I haven't been sorry, Chad. I haven't been keeping up, but I thought Indica was in the other show. Maybe he wasn't this one, but the little bit of pollen I shared with him from my vortex, he said did take. He's been pulling seeds out of his. He pollinated Cuvée with.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
I'm back.
Trick, trick.
I'm back. Sorry.
You're back.
What did I cut off at?
Cuvée.
He
Cuvée,
pollinated
yeah.
Cuvée with.
Cuvée with vortex pollen that I'd given him, and he's told me today that he was getting some seeds. So that's cool that it was a successful process. And he only painted a couple. I don't think he's going to have a lot of seeds, but it'll be interesting to see what he gets out of it. And then I have like 3 vortex crosses. Vortex cross with itself, 1 to Snow Cane and 1 to Orange Dream Haze. So I'm excited to see what comes of those.
Those sound amazing. The orange, what's that? Orange cream haze, like creamsicle.
it's an orange dream haze. I'm not really sure
Dream haze.
what the name came from, but it's a really orangey strain that the terps stick around. Like months later, you still get the orange, and usually the orangey terps are the ones that flash off, or at least in what I've seen. But this shit is like, it's super orangey all the time. But to me, Bake, do you remember what was in that cross? I think it was I know it was Jilly Bean on one side. That's where the oranges come from.
Oh yeah.
That's the
But the other side was
Florida
a
one.
yeah, it was a weird name, but you know it because it was a city down there.
Micanopy.
Micanopy.
Micanopy something.
In
Which
no
is
way
a
can I
little
remember that.
bullshit town, yeah, near Gainesville. So that's
So it's crossed
interesting.
to a local strain down there. So it's like a Jilly Bean cross to that. And this, it's a really, I call it happy weed. It just puts you in a good mood weed. That kind of weed, like daytime. But anyhow, so I figured that'd be great with Vortex.
Well, it sounds good. Orangey and hazy. Those are like two of my
Orangey.
favorite things.
It's mostly orangey, yeah. But and then I cross that with the Vortex, which is lemony, like lemon cleaner.
Nice.
The Orange Dream grows good outside, but I think it's best for indoor because ours had PM. We left
Yep.
it outside this year, I think.
Yeah, it's still out there, I think.
But like they grow massive. But I would just grow them indoor. Yep, we almost finished trimming all the outdoor.
Yeah, we got a lot of outdoor trim. We got almost the veg, almost done. What we got, like a wall and a wall and a third, not even a third wall,
wall
and
and like 4 feet. Yeah.
we'll have veg done
Yep.
with walls.
Calling the insulators this week.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I gotta get HVAC installed. And then we gotta figure out lighting, like how we're gonna do light rails and stuff like that to hang the lights.
Remind me, what kind of HVAC are you doing? Are you doing like forced air? Are you gonna do mini splits or?
I got a mini split for these 2 rooms, so I got
Okay.
dual zone for the
Nice.
first 2 rooms.
Are they pre-charged or do you have to call someone in basically?
I don't know. I'm getting somebody to do them. I'm getting the same
Okay.
guy that does our work. He said he'd come over and do them. So I was like, oh shit, yeah. And so he's gonna put them in. Hopefully we're gonna get him put them in above the doors. But it's a 36,000 BTU outdoor unit, and then both heads are 18,000.
Nice.
So veg will have 18,000. The flower will, and eventually the other flower will have 18 too.
How many lights in flower? The flower room?
Just 4 right now, 600
Yeah.
watt.
That'll be perfect.
Yeah. So I went with Cooper and Hunter, which is a brand that's he recommended, the HVAC guy. And I looked them up, and they design more for cold weather. So like their bottom out temperatures like -22 and
Nice.
stuff like that. So it's pretty good.
That was an issue with the Quests, and I was part of testing them in cold weather for them, and they weren't hitting the mark on it. You know what I mean? There was several
Yep.
days in those single digit temperatures that are super windy, and those condensers just seized up on us for days at a time. I think they tackle those issues in different ways, but also discontinued some units.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing everything I can to prepare for that. So I bought a bracket that gets it off the ground 18 inches. And I'm gonna put a nice pad down, and then eventually I'm gonna build like a fence around it to protect, get some wind chill off of it. But I think I'll be fine for now. Hopefully, I don't know. They're calling for a cold winter, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But
It sounds like you're thinking of a lot of the things that'll trip people up that they don't think of when they just buy the right size unit and don't think about all the little technical specs of what will impact them. It's that sort of thing. So
yeah, I try. That's the key. I try to. There's always that's the thing. There's always shit that you'll be like, oh, we should have done this. We'll build a wall and be like, dang, we could have done it this way. So like the first flower room was like our test room for walls. So like we had to learn corners, which are a little tricky with the lock-in panel thing. And so there's some corners I gotta go in there and glue some trim up.
Some molding.
Yeah, basically to hide the tiny little half-inch gap or
Yeah.
something. But then the veg room, it seems like we're gonna have all 4 corners perfect.
We got
Nice.
So like we figured it out on that one.
Hell yeah.
And so Yeah,
I screwed up one of my rooms with just with plywood. You know what I mean? I think I cut the wood too short, so it didn't really like get past the beam where I needed it to be to like slide behind the other wall.
Oh,
I just ended up taking spray foam, and just I'm like, all right, fill the gap. That's all I'm doing.
fixes so much
Yeah.
shit, dude.
Yeah. I mean, if I had like a nice, like the nice walls and stuff like you, yeah, I'd probably like end up putting some trim or molding or whatever on it. You know what I mean? To fully
Yep.
seal it or whatever. But mine
You
looks
found
good.
this stuff, this clear PVC, because the walls are PVC, and so
Well,
is the
the-
trim that we have.
The
So
thing is,
we
they
got this
accidentally
PVC
sent me
cement.
trim. They sent me
Oh.
450 feet of trim that they weren't supposed to send me, and they didn't want it
Yeah.
back.
Hell yeah,
And
dude!
it's
I'll be trimming
Yeah.
everything.
literally 90-degree white trim, PVC, the same as the wall.
You
So
do every corner if you wanted to.
I went and bought
Better.
PVC glue, and I'm just gonna be able to glue that, and it's gonna look real nice. And the doors, it'll help
That's
with
awesome.
doors because doors were
Yeah.
tricky.
Yeah,
So I'll just cover up any little gap there with that, and it'll look real good.
dude, doors
So-
are
Yeah,
super
so to my
tricky.
understanding, the way that stuff works is that it's almost like a light acid, and it kind of eats away at the PVC when it makes that bond. So it's not like your normal adhesive. This is going to be like still watertight. I mean,
It's like permanently bound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the wall is PVC too. So
Mhm.
yeah,
you did that test piece, and it's solid, man.
yeah, we did a test piece, and you could sling it around and everything, and it wouldn't come off.
It wouldn't budge a bit.
It's good stuff. But yeah, so we're
I'm gonna
hopefully
be
gonna be putting
excited
some
to see
plants
those
in there.
rooms running, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be really bright. I can't wait. I'm gonna get some glasses for the home, some better ones. I got some, I think like Vivo Suns, but I'm gonna get some Method 7s for the house.
Yeah.
Something. I'm surprised there hasn't been a competitor out there yet.
There have
Yeah.
been a few.
I gotta look into that and see.
Well,
Ask Steve at work because he had somebody that he was connected to out in Cali that were supposed to do actually branded ones, mechanical ones. You might see them there where they had the wood
yeah,
side and the blue. So that was a competitor, but they have wood and they break.
yeah.
Doesn't Method 7 specifically have a patent on like a UVC?
Oh, maybe that's it.
On their, at least on their HPS Plus, or maybe on their LED or metal hal. I don't know which one. And one of their kinds that I remember them talking on a show a long time ago. It might have been Grow 2 Brown Table. It might have had the guys from Method 7 on. I think it might have been that show, or maybe it was some other. God, it was years ago. I can't remember, but he was talking about something like that. Something that they originally
Reach out to them fuckers, get them on the show.
similar to like Ray-Ban, where they worked in aviation.
Yeah.
And that's a huge one because you're like up in the stratosphere dealing with different
Stronger.
stronger spectrums, radiation, shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to their site, at the top it'll be like Pilot, Grow.
Yeah, that's right.
You
Yeah.
know, they
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, you're right.
They just came out with some trail, just like some, like outdoor hiking type glasses. But I actually talked to HydroStore recently about this, and they're just not seeing a whole lot of repeat sales or new customers on them lately. And I think it's because people kind of get them and they got a good warranty on them, and once you have them, you don't really need to get multiple pairs. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like you buy it and it's going to last you a long time, but it's a great investment because you only got one set of eyes. So
Yep.
I've had
worth
mine for
protecting them.
years. I've had to have had them for at least 3 years now. Becca got a pair last.
I have 3 pair.
For 4 years. I don't know. A long time, dude. They're
They
great.
got
glasses.
They gotta
I got
do,
a pair of LEDs for home. I got a pair of HPS for when I was at Mechanico, and then
Yep.
I got a pair of maybe I only have 2 pair. I don't think I have 3 pair.
He was the only one at work with the right glasses because we have mixed spectrum. And I emailed them and said, if it's mixed spectrum, do you get your LED line or do you get your HPS line? You're supposed to use HPS because HPS, I guess, is stronger and
I use
more harmful.
Our next we
So,
have HPS and metal halide in our room, so I still use the HPS because it's still the yellow has like it overtakes. But I also like to wear them outside. Like they actually have a really nice I I don't know. It's a really nice filter that cuts out a lot of the glare from outside. That honestly, outside, I really like yellow lens. Like yellow is a very nice filter for outside, especially when it's starting to get dark. You can see almost like further into the evening with a yellow lens. It's like it changes out that it filters it just enough to like brighten it up.
These are the HPS pluses, so they're like kind of blue. You know what I mean? It's got like that blue tint to them. But I've got my daily ones that I wear when I'm driving, when I just go out and do anything, is the Evolution Suns, which are just like the polarized ones, and they kind of made for like outdoor growing. You know what I mean? But they're just great as daily wear, and they're these frames are one of the few frames that fit my giant stupid head. So I like these sunglasses a lot.
Yeah, those hinges that are on the front of the lens right there, they actually can hinge out.
Yeah, look at my giant head. Like these are smaller than my like head is, but they're flipping out a little bit. You know what I mean? And they're comfortable, and they go behind my ear, which you can't see, but it's back there. I promise.
Did you guys see the new? They got. I don't know if it's a coating you spray on, or if you have to buy glasses with the coating already pre-put on it, but it's like a resin coating or anti-resin. So apparently you can get them all dirty with Trikes, and then just use water and a rag to wipe them clean. No ISO or anything. Because they say don't use ISO, but I mean, I've used ISO on my work ones for a year, and they're still fine.
Resinex?
Yeah, something like that. I think you have to buy this.
Okay, I don't know what it's called.
The glasses
Resinex,
already put on it, but yeah, I thought that was interesting. I don't know how I mean, I bet it would work, but I don't know. I want to know how long it would work for. It's gonna work for a year. Is it gonna work for high, volume?
I wonder if it's the same as that ceramic coating they put on cars.
I was thinking that.
I was
when
just gonna
saw
say,
it.
I wonder if Rain-X would work.
Oh yeah,
Rain-X
Yeah, that's
just
not a bad
put
idea.
on your windshields and stuff. I wonder if that would work. Same
it's probably
deal.
something similar to those.
Yeah.
Clay Pipes has a good recommendation about using them in your grow room when you're taking pictures. If you go on my Instagram, and you typically will see photographs of our flowers that are not under yellow light. That's because we will put the Method 7 over the glasses. Everything anything that's indoors has all been photographed under yellow light. I just have always used that. I don't even know if I wanted to start an Instagram without it. It was just kind of one of those things. I just couldn't take a good picture. Just could not get a good light picture on it. So
They used to sell the lens covers for DSLRs or whatever.
Yeah. That's a weird one though, because they sell it like the square kind, so it has to slide in. They don't have
the screw on, just like a UV filter would.
No, it's not even a clip on. It's just a square lens, is what he's saying. So you'd have to have an actual. You're not going to use it for your phone. You'd have to put it into an actual DSLR camera that it slides in as a filter.
Yeah, you have to get that. You also have to have that filter acceptor for your lenses. So, assuming that's universal, it might be handy because you could utilize it for different size lenses. But I don't know if that's the case.
I don't even see them on their website anymore, so I don't know if they sell them or not. But
I haven't either.
But yeah, I mean, just holding the glasses up, man. I used to just take the glasses, wrap it around my phone, and just film like that. You know what I mean? It would pretty much stay there. Works great, especially you don't have to mess with the white balance settings or anything like that. And as long as you got the right glasses, it's going to filter out the right light. I know it gets a little challenging when you got mixed spectrum, but
not for Samsung.
Android gang.
Oh, do you have a good balance on your camera?
Yeah, Samsung does a pretty good job. Everything I take is with my phone.
Really?
Yeah.
Under
And
LED.
if you angle it right,
Yes.
if I angle it up or down, I can mess with the balance, so it'll go. I can get it to do a perfect blue balance or whatever.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and without having to touch any of the settings. But I'm afraid if I upgrade, this is the S10, it's kind of old. And if I upgrade, I feel like, what if it gets worse?
Dude,
one of those situations.
I'm in the same boat, bro. I got an S9 Plus, still rocking that thing, and I'm not. There's just nothing out there that interest me right now, so I don't really want
Get
to
Yeah.
spend
you
my
a
money.
Google phone. Get you a Google Pixel phone.
The 7A or 7 or whatever just came out. Yeah, my brother had one of those. I don't know. I've got a lot of Google stuff, but I don't know about their phone.
I'm right there too for real. His is nice, but like, man, my Samsung.
I know Samsungs are nice, but I wish they came out with a new
Love all
Note
that
this year.
You guys love all that bloatware on your devices. So you get all this bullshit.
You got bloatware? It's Google. What are you talking about?
I don't have
Everything
shit.
has-
No, I don't. You can check
I
it out. It's got
guarantee.
the
I
re-
guarantee you don't
If
have
you go,
the
if you go into
advertised
your,
capacity.
go into
when
Google
you get
search
that.
and say what's the phone with the least amount of bloatware on it, and
It's gonna
that-
be OnePlus.
and that Pixel is going to be high on that list.
Oh.
Way higher than that Samsung. The Samsung is going to be on the opposite.
There's
end of
only
that.
like 4 phones out there.
I know Samsung's the worst.
No, Apple is.
Oh, okay, you
But-
got me. You got me on that. Okay,
That's
Apple's the worst, and then
besides the
Samsung's
point.
the second worst.
I have the Pixel, so I'm on Martin's side on for once.
If you want a true Android experience, one with zero bloatware and Android running as Google intended, get a Pixel phone. It says.
Oh wow.
This is also Google saying this though, so
Oh, that's
Google
true.
created Android.
Right.
maybe we should try Yahoo
Yeah.
search.
The Pixel gets all of the app releases first. It gets the OS releases first. That's the first Android phone.
Yeah, but the best diodes are on Samsung. So we did a light test the other night, and
That's
man,
true.
my S10 blew his new phone away, blew a new
Which
iPhone
would
away.
equal, which would
Flashlight.
equal,
What a diode! Yeah, we were
Yeah.
doing a flashlight test.
which would equal to lower battery life if you're using your flashlight on Samsung devices. So just pro tip.
Well, you can
Yeah.
just turn it down.
Yeah, I just turn. You just use it, and then you're good. But you know you got the best.
You know you got the best.
You got at least the one best
The,
thing.
the newest,
You got a light.
what are they?
So that's what
301Bs.
If what you're
301B
looking for,
diodes.
if what you're looking for in a phone is a light, get you a Samsung.
I could-
is what he
I
said.
could veg my clones with this.
Can you set your light to a schedule?
You have to keep
I
it plugged
bet
in.
there's an app that does that
Probably
because you're on Android where they allow free thinkers.
Ooh, open source. This guy.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I like it baked.
Oh, so my boss got these interesting edibles. Have you guys seen microdots?
It sounds familiar. What is it?
They're like tiny little, maybe like M&M, a little bit smaller than M&M size
Mini
little
M&Ms?
candy.
Is that
And
with the
they're-
like
they're 1 milligram
nanotechnology?
each. I don't know. I
Were
haven't
they
seen
on
them,
those
you just
paper
told me
strips
about
like
them.
back in the day?
Oh,
No,
One
it's just little dots, and they're
milligram?
1 milligram each. So like,
What's the point of that?
well,
Are
for
they like
him,
Dippin'
for
Dots?
him, edibles fuck him up. So he was telling us 5 milligrams fucks him up. So he's now trying 1 milligram. He didn't feel much. So then he's gonna try 2 the next day, and then 3 until he gets that sweet spot. But I thought it was interesting.
It's a good idea.
Like, yeah, it's a little tube. Like you remember the mini M&M tubes you would get?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe they still have them. I don't know.
They do for sure.
and that's probably a distillate, isn't it?
I don't know.
Well,
I
how
would think.
challenging
One
would
I
it
gotta
be to
see
get
him. I'm
that
gonna ask
accurate?
him
Jeez.
tomorrow and to see if he's got any. Say
I'm-
what for Gurley?
I guess yes on distillate.
Well, I was just thinking, how challenging would that be to get accurate baked? Like you
That's
have a
what I'm
10%
wondering.
plus or minus, but we're talking 0.1 milligrams. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think it would be just a simple figure it out once, and you make a mold of that size. And
As
that
long as your recipe's
concoction- Yeah, and your
consistent and your
recipe's
inputs are consistent. Like, you know, if you got distillate coming from different batches, and so, you know, obviously you got to test it every time, but that's sounds challenging, but I mean, it's cool. There's something for everybody.
I think, yeah, I was gonna say. I think
What was
there's
the
a-
cost?
Oh, I don't know. He just got them as a sample, you know.
a lot more
So
per
it was a
milligram,
legal
I'm
market
betting.
thing. But I don't know. I wonder what it would be like because I also don't know how many was in
I
the
need
tube.
like 200 of them.
Well, yeah, they're not for
Some
people
only
like
5
us. Like,
milligrams at a time.
Yeah.
but
I
What would be
I
the most
guess I'm
fun
pretty
way to-
picky about distillate too? You know, I mean, I get the best effect from something with a butter. So I don't know, just myself.
well, what if there was like a pack of Skittles, same size as a regular pack, and each Skittle was a milligram or 2 milligrams, so it was your dosage, the whole pack.
Well,
So
I
you
was-
could actually be like, I want some Skittles, but I also want to get high. And then you just eat
Mhm.
like a whole pack like you normally would, or and then you get high.
Or
Actually,
you
you're not
just
supposed
take one of
sorry,
those.
don't eat Skittles. They're not
don't.
fit for consumption.
I know.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Well, so my thing is I really don't want to have to consume that much sugar. Is ultimately
yeah.
So like one of the girls at work has been making these cinnamon toast crunch bars for me, and they're fabulous, and I get so much sleep and I get pain relief, but I mean it's like this big I'm eating and I every night, and it's like that's a lot of sugar. I really don't want to be taking.
Have you ever
Yep.
tried this thing called ISO?
Oh yes, I have, stinker.
There we go. There we go. This is how we do edibles without sugar, everybody.
I know.
So
But
Yeah.
my other problem when it comes to that is, and I've talked to Spartan this before, is sometimes that affects my stomach. Because to get my dose that I need, sometimes is quite large, and if I have to do a lot of FSO, RSO, whichever we're saying right now, I tend to get a really bad bellyache. So, and it might be me kind of thing. And I don't know, like I said, I've talked to him about this before, but it's something that continually keeps happening. So there's
Maybe-
something in it that is like doesn't want to jive with my stomach. So
maybe you need something that's been winterized or something.
I don't know.
Could be the
I'm open
chlorophyll.
to ideas. Right now, butter is my thing. And I'm kind of thinking about putting like butter in capsules and just swallowing it like that.
So
I used to do
I
that with
mix my
coconut oil.
FSO with MCT oil or coconut oil and put it in capsules, and that one might help it a little bit.
That's the best way to
I
do
don't know what it
capsules, in
is.
my opinion.
Yeah. I'm also curious if you put something else in your stomach to help that, like ginger or.
I try not to do it on an empty stomach kind of thing, though. I've had
No, but what
I
Red's saying is,
really
like, if
don't
you had, like,
want to do it on an empty stomach, so I try to always have something in my belly. But yeah, I don't know what it is. There's something
Not
that
just something, Red, but I mean, like what Red is saying though is like if you had like a ginger tea before
Yeah.
or after, that really settles your stomach already. It's already got
Oh,
that.
always, yeah.
medicinal
That's
effect.
always a great settler.
So if you tried that and then use the RSO, I wonder if that would settle your stomach enough to be able to take the RSO and not have an upset stomach.
I'll try that
That's worth
because
a shot.
I feel like I'm okay as long as I keep my dose really small. But as soon as
But
I
then you don't
like,
feel that, right?
yeah, and then I don't feel anything. I don't feel what I need to feel. And then as soon as I climb, it's like the more I put in that capsule is like, I'm like, ugh, I'm asking for it.
I think the combination of the ginger and the heat, the warmth, will help thin that oil and help
Okay.
digest more of it, maybe, so it doesn't just hang out in your stomach for longer periods of time.
Yeah, maybe it's just like hitting like heavy or something. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just coming on too strong or something. I don't know. I'm open to ideas, so I'll definitely try
Ginger
it.
is magical when it comes to stomach aches and stuff, and
True.
I'll give it a try for
True.
sure.
I will.
And I'll do like just fresh ginger, like what Red does, just like chop a little piece of fresh ginger, and
Oh,
I
that's
boil
nice.
it with the water because it's so tough. So boil it with the water, so it gives it time to absorb a lot of that.
Best thing ever.
There's probably some other things too. Chamomile might help settle your stomach or help settle. There's a handful of like other herbs and things you could probably mix with your full spectrum. Because my guess is that it's extracted plant metabolites that are like irritating your stomach. Like it could be chlorophyll, it could be waxes, it could be anything like that are just like bound up in the oil that like, yeah, it might not affect most of us, but if you're eating enough of it, it could be a synergy with something else you're eating, dairy, something like that. I'm not sure what your diet is or anything, but like, cannabis is going to also tell you, it's a natural medicine, right? So like if you are eating not the best, maybe that stomach ache just means that you need to eat better in order for maybe the cannabis is making you more aware of making your body more aware of like its natural state or something. I've noticed that myself where like now I can't even eat like sugar or anything like that without having stomach aches or headaches. So like I get sick if I eat bad just because of like eating so much natural foods and medicines and herbs and all these other things that calm your gut and like kind of like I used to have heartburn.
I don't want to get sick when I eat bad, Red. I enjoy eating like shit.
Oh, I do too, dude. I used to get so much heartburn. I couldn't go a day without eating Tums or some shit like that. I haven't had heartburn in years.
That's
Smash
just
some nerds.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean we have some candies and shit here. If I eat a
Halloween.
bunch of those, I
Yeah.
won't get heartburn if I eat a whole bunch of candy.
I have a small gourd.
Like, yeah, dude.
That's what you're
Gourd.
giving out.
I dare you to take a bite.
Yeah.
By the way, anybody who's buying a whole bunch of little fancy gourds and squashes to decorate your house, we're gonna be growing a whole bunch of random gourds and squashes next year. So
Cool. Good idea.
Sweet.
Because we bought some.
We
Red.
did.
I saw them, and your bathroom is looking delicious. As a matter of fact, it's first time
Interesting way to describe
yeah,
a
that's.
bathroom.
I don't
I use
think.
those words in a
Rewind, Red, and re-say that. We'll give you a re-go on that.
I'm gonna keep it where it's at. They
All
had
right,
He sticks with. his-
sticking with the D word.
in their bathroom.
Hilarious.
The CTC says he smoked out of a gourd once. So there we go. We failed to have a
We were
a
supposed to.
smoking
we were supposed
pumpkin,
to-
but we could right now. We
Pumpkins.
have a pumpkin. You want to go make a pumpkin?
Haas Farms, I harvested all of my Indian corn stalks, and they're
Howard.
lining my porch. My wife made a bunch of bundles and hung them up, and all the corn is still drying. I was gonna try to make some popcorn with it, but I think I might just make some like flour or cornmeal, I guess, or maybe some. I really want to make some polenta too, but I don't have a ton. There's probably only maybe like 3 dozen ears or something like that. But yeah, it's fun stuff. Different varieties of corn. Other stuff we ate as fast as we grew it.
I about died laughing today on Instagram. I follow Andy Cohen, who is executive producer of the Real Housewives franchises, all that stuff on
Bravo. He's the Bravo guy, right?
Yeah, the Bravo guy.
Yeah. Interview
And he
guy.
has this
A
little
Ryan
boy.
Seacrest type.
Yeah, he has this little boy that's the cutest little boy ever, and he took him. They live in New York City, and he took him to like this little Halloween display down in the city somewhere to show him, and he's recording it, and it's got like this big spooky spider and this skeleton and a skeleton dog and everything, and so he's like, "Look, Ben," and showing it to him, and he's like, "Daddy, corn! There's corn over there! Yummy corn!" And there was like all these corn stalks sticking up, and Andy's just like, "Yeah, but there's a spider and a skeleton." He's like, "Take a picture of the corn." That's all he cared about was the corn. So there you go.
But of
Farmers
course,
Unite.
yeah, of course, the city kid has probably never seen corn before.
Apparently not. He was real excited about it. It was really cute.
One day I'll have a patch big enough we can make a maze inside of it.
That'll
Like-
be nice.
Like you should have done with your cannabis plants in your backyard. I really wanted to see an arch or something.
Oh, I
How
thought you were
many-
trying to be clever and use, corn's other name of maize and be real clever there. But no, you just said you just want a corn maze. Okay.
You can make like a little room.
I was
out
gonna
of
give you props, man, but no.
You have to do a flight before you take the maze. So
There's stations in there, like
Yeah,
at Costco, if you're getting samples, except they're all samples of
Yeah.
dabs.
You've made it
Garlic
50%
punch,
of the
garlic
way
punch.
through.
You just
sir, garlic punch.
no, it's just like the next event, just like your next thing, like your gems and genetics or whatever. But each booth it's just a different spot in the maze. You just gotta go find them motherfuckers and good luck finding your way out.
We're
You gotta
3 rights and a
that's
left
by
in,
everyone.
man. Come see
Oh.
us.
All of the fruity stuff is in zone A, but you got to go to zone C7 if you want the indicas.
You know, if you don't do it in-
this place.
it's all on a time limit, and all of the sections of the maze move around like the movie Cube.
The dab rigs go on and off at random.
Whoa,
at
you're talking
different
about
temperatures.
Hypercube?
You might have to do a
Hypercube,
900-degree dab.
Hypercube.
Oh my god, that's such a good movie.
And the biggest benefit of for Girly run an event, the DJ's booth shuts off at 9:30 p.m.
At least. And it only plays at like, I don't know, 60 decibels.
There you go.
I don't know why all this candy corn talk going on in chat. That shit is nasty as fuck. Who eats that shit?
That's
You
the
guys eat
breakfast
that?
I'll eat
burrito
like
of the
I'll
day.
eat like 1 or 2 of them,
That
and then I'll be
shit
like,
is
okay, I'm good.
When I realized the type of an effect that it gave me, I would eat handfuls.
I
you would
love
like
them.
fly.
Ugh.
And I like the little pumpkins, and I like the ones that have the chocolate little tips on them. Amanda had a little dish of them, and I kept, I had to stay out of them. God,
Do you like
they're so-
eating wax? That's what it tastes like. to
Yeah.
me, is eating
Yeah.
wax.
Straight
Kinda.
Just like these nerds, I probably just put.
That's the one.
I love
Anyway,
nerds
that's one that always
too,
got me
guys.
was the
Love
wax,
nerds.
the wax lips, and the wax. And people didn't.
Shout out Sonic
I
and
remember
Chill.
Dude, the wax
Those
lips.
were
You like those?
So gross.
with the
Oh,
liquid
yeah.
in them. Remember?
Yeah, like the wax
the little
bottles.
tubes.
Yeah,
It looked like a
Yeah.
glow stick. It looked like you were eating a glow stick.
I like
we
the
probably were.
I don't do that.
Untested chemicals.
And those Necco wafers. I'd go through my bag of candy. That shit.
That's
was
so
tough.
funny. That's my mom's favorite candy, and so
I got
I
that
always,
one.
always
Necco
give her the
Who
Necco wafers.
eats that?
The licorice one's her favorite. Mine too. I love black licorice though. So
Oh
It's like
yeah, those
fuck.
things.
No,
Ugh.
who's the asshole handing out black?
I used to think that I
fucking
wasn't sure
dumb.
about if those were
Wrapped up.
candy or medicine.
Oh,
The ones that I used to always get from my brothers and sisters they hated, but I loved was Tootsie Rolls. I love Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, I got a bag of
Rolls.
Tootsie Rolls right here.
That's
Thanks
another
for
one
finding it.
today.
flavored Tootsie Rolls. Oh gosh, the lime, the raspberry Tootsie Rolls are my favorite.
Orange or bust.
I got a little stash.
Tootsie Rolls were great because they stayed in your mouth for a while, and you got that nice, awesome flavor the whole time, man.
The whole time, man. It wasn't like a stick of juicy
Right.
fruit where it was gone in 7 seconds.
I'm not gonna get them because I know
Those
that
would be the
Kennedy doesn't like 'em.
sesquiflavonoids.
Ah.
What you say? You got to get them because you know she doesn't like them.
Yeah, I can hoard them for myself.
I do like the Beta Honeys though. Beta Honeys are my jam.
Oh, I like the honeys. Mm-hmm.
That was my mom's favorite candy. Was Bit of Honey.
I like the
Like
honeys.
those.
I love Bit of Honey. Those are good.
You
Well,
can
you
just
yeah.
use Tootsie Rolls.
Would dig into
Listen,
that.
I don't have to infuse every piece of food. I can just smoke more. I can eat regular Tootsie Rolls. It's okay.
There's this candy shop down in East Lansing that has you just bulk and you can get all these candies. Just oh my god, there's so much stuff and
How about Pez? Can you get bulk Pez?
all of it.
That's
It's
good.
crazy.
You can get all of the Pez baked.
I love
Oh,
me a cool Pez dispenser.
I love Pez
Yep.
too.
I used to love that stuff too, man. I don't remember what the dispensers they used to
Pez
get.
was the method that I was thinking would be cool if you were doing those like microdose
Yeah.
candies or something. You know, you do like a little Pez style thing. You could probably keep it low sugar too. You know, in a sense, or
Yeah.
sugar free for that matter. You know, and make it just a little chalky fucking whatever. You know, just a bit of chalk and THC. You know, resin, whatever you're using. And then put it in a little dispenser like a Pez. That'd be great. You know, you could probably fit 10 milligrams per Pez. You know, if you're doing that, that's there you go.
Well,
10
Pez would give you room to do whatever dosage you want. You could probably fit like 25.
Or 25.
Didn't some company try to use that and they got sued because or cease and desist because of like the mechanism is patented or something crazy like that?
Yeah,
Probably.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Probably.
I know Skillbo's not here, so I'm gonna do it. It's hash time.
Oh,
It's gonna be so disappointed.
anticlimactic.
It's not. It's 9:59.
Oh, that's a
You are
tease.
fired from the fucking orchestra.
Now it's hash time.
That makes you respect the triangle player in the orchestra right there. doesn't it?
Mitchie's been
You're
here
right.
since
That's
the
perfect.
damn
That's
bell
perfect,
going
yeah.
for 5
See, it's not
minutes.
as
It's like,
easy
no,
as you
not that.
Listen,
no,
I didn't
not
have a string or my hammer, so we're using an RSO dart as the top part and my torch as the dinger. So you guys deal with it, all right?
All right.
Wow,
Cheers.
He's got an actual triangle. I give it up for that.
that's true. That's true.
Is that the
Doesn't
first
he
time
live
I've
on a
asked you
farm?
that on
Isn't
the
that how
show?
you call the animals back?
No, that's a cowbell, which I have one of those too. But
Oh,
we actually
okay.
have an actual like ringing bell on our back porch
Yeah.
as well.
If he hits that, the cow will come home.
I hope so. I need
No,
some
the
meat.
cowbells. The cows were the bells. That's why they're called
Yeah.
cowbells. And
What's the thing that's on
noise
the
we can
back
find
porch?
them.
It's just a dinner bell. That's really what it
Makes
is.
a lot
Yeah,
of
dinner
sense.
bell.
Yeah,
it's an actual
dinner
bell.
bell.
It's
That's
an
for,
actual bell.
that's for bringing
Dinner bell.
kids.
Dude, you want me to go get the
Dinner bell.
cowbell? We'll do that.
You
So
got
you're
one?
telling me
Cowbell's
the
badass.
literal
You got a
dinner
working
bell is
cowbell?
I got a cowbell. I got a tambourine.
You got a cow for that cowbell?
He's dressed as one now, man. You're good.
You can't have a cowbell
He
with
just
no
likes
cow.
playing Blue Oyster Cult, dude.
Well, I don't have any dabs. I
Oh,
get some
that's all.
Why
dabs.
not? That's a problem.
Yeah.
I don't either. I'm smoking
Why
a
not?
bowl. Whatever. Smoke something.
Well, I took the break and then it's
No,
like
just
a
answer
dab,
why
a
don't
dab
you?
will
Look
rip
at your
me.
ass.
Baked, you pussy.
Yeah. I have some, but they're not worthy of dabbing.
Ooh,
Yeah.
tell me why.
There's some CRC stuff. They're like samples.
Ew.
The legal
Instead of,
market.
instead of flapping your gums, why aren't you supposed to smoke something on hash time? Just quit trying to ruin it, man.
I just finished the joint. I'm
Oh,
just trying to
What,
fill the void
what
while
kind of,
everybody
what kind
was
of boomer
hitting
talk?
the-
What kind of boomer talk is this?
I don't know.
You're embarrassing me, man. Get something.
Hey, what's in this
Wow.
jar that you didn't label?
Which one?
You didn't label it.
That's the outdoor GG4, I think.
Okay, that's what I just smoked.
How was it?
What was the flavor like? Did you think it was kind
Pretty
of
good.
piney? I thought it was kind of piney outside.
Yeah, yeah. Because I was wondering, I was going to say, it's like lemon piney.
I was gonna say I got our smoke report because I got to take some of our flower with me to my training, and I really enjoyed the end game. It's really dense flower, especially for outdoor. You know, they can get a little bit more airy outside. Really dense outdoor and nice indica effect. Good for bedtime. Would recommend. The Triple X is amazing. Lemon lime tasting, day smoke.
Agreed. Really good.
Really tasty.
I like the triple X though too.
Did you try the grape? What was it? The one you were really
Galactic.
Yeah, the Galactic Grape.
Did you try that one?
I really like the Galactic Grape too, but it's kind
It's
of
good.
those two. So
Both are.
yeah, it was really good.
Nice.
So I'm trimming up Blue Kiss's Girl Crush right now, and wow, this is so fucking good. Sticky.
I don't remember
icky,
the watermelon one that she had. I think was probably the best one.
So
Slushy, I think.
okay, the watermelon slush is phenomenal, and the Sour Patch Kiss. But this Girl Crush is the one that I took last, and I barely have done anything to this one. And it's so sticky and so fragrant and just really popping out.
That looks like a really nice bud.
It's a
Is that 2020? I think that's 2020 Mendocino. Right?
2020 Mendocino.
Shout out to 2020, man.
Yeah, yeah. This is the stickiest my fingers have been. Love it.
I went 50-50 outdoor on mine. I had the GG4 that I put out late in like August when I put it out. I liked that one a lot. Then the mystery outdoor one or whatever. I like the high, but the flavor I don't like. so that
What's
might
the
be
flavor of it?
It's just when I say I don't like, I should be more specific. Just like it's not impressive. It's like down the middle. It's like weed, you know. It's like that. It's just weed. But the high is nice. It's a nice it's one of those what I could like to describe as a body buzz in your head, like that nummy, stupefying feeling in your head, but you don't feel any relief or anything like that in your body at all. It just kind of sits in your head. So that's an interesting one.
Everybody's muted.
No, yeah, I guess everybody's muted.
Lebanon.
Diamond's back here snoring away.
Yeah,
He's
nobody-
fucking sawing logs behind us.
we have whining going on, so I was trying to stay muted for that.
Oh. I got Mac 1 cuts, and they rooted all 3 of them in 6 days. That was pretty sweet. I don't know if that's normal because I haven't ran Mac 1 yet. But that was a blessing because I
If
want
you're
to get
patient
those
with it,
vegging.
you will be rewarded by Mac 1. It's a great
Yeah.
thing.
Sounds like a good time for
I'm going to give them the time to get them big so I get a good yield. So I have a bunch. But
Just keep them cleaned up, man. That's the shit. It just throws like a node on top of a node on top of a node. It's that close
yeah,
spacings.
like Banana Daddy Outdoor.
Yeah, not quite that bad, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
We're getting ready to start our indoor too, so we gotta situate our room and get everything set up.
I'm excited for what you guys are getting ready to start.
Yeah, I am too, actually.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
What are you doing? Any like? Is there plants in there now, or are you going to do any certain method to like deep clean it before anything? You're like bug bombing or anything crazy?
I mean, we don't have any plans yet. We haven't even really talked about it yet. So, I mean, we're not in a hurry by any means because we just took down all the outdoors. So,
Right.
we'll get it going. I'm not honestly like just the thought of doing all the lights and the watering and the everything indoor again is just kind of like, man, I just really love outdoor and just doing it outdoor. So that would be ideal for me, is to just run it completely outdoor. Just the thought of doing everything, hearing the fans and the dehumidifiers, all that shit all the time is like, not to mention the bills for it. And, you know, I don't even have any patients left. All my patients are buying from Dispos. So it's just for us. So I don't know if I can really justify I don't know. We'll have to see. Just the expense.
So get experimental with it. You know what I mean? Like you don't have any like anything holding you back really. You know, you can kind of have some fun. It can be more of a hobby again.
But to be experimental is going to be expensive.
Well, I mean, even just with genetics, you know what I mean? Just like trying some crazy shit, you know, doing a pheno hunt, seeing what you can come up with, you know, I don't know.
That's what we're planning on. That's what we want to do. But yeah, I mean, to do that, we got to run like a whole full room. And, you know, our room is 10 by 10, I think, 10 by 12, something like that. So it's pretty big. And, you know, to be able to pop all the seeds and do it like a real legit pheno hunt, I think will take probably the whole thing. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Or do that. What is it? Farmer Freeman, get them the sex testing done. You know what I mean? That clears up a lot of space. Typically, I have yet to do that, but I kind of found out about it probably a little bit too late in terms of a large pheno hunt. I haven't done any big ones the last couple of years, but I mean, people seem pretty successful with that. You know, it seems pretty spot on.
Yeah, it seems like a good resource for sure.
Yeah, I've used them several times. It works. The problem is sometimes the post office. Like I lost the package that went to him, which was my samples. He's in Washington D.C. is where you have to send them, and it got there, and then they didn't deliver it or whatever, and so like it sat around for a week and a half to the point where we already knew what the things were because they were in flour.
Yeah.
But that's only happened one time out of probably like I've used them at least 6 or 7 times. So
was it like a year and a half ago when all the mail was so slow?
It was about like 8 months ago. Yeah, it was. So yeah,
okay.
It's like, but I mean, and the big thing is if you're doing like a pheno hunt, a big one, and you need like, I don't know what his prices are, but it's like certain amounts get you a discount. You can give them for like $10 a piece, and that saves you a lot of time. Cocoa if you're doing salts, you know, nutrients, watering those every day. So $10 a piece to me sometimes is nice, just to get rid of the males out of your veg and be ready for flower with just females.
I saw a post from him recently. And he said he's in Washington, D.C. I want to say Virginia and like Maryland or something like that. He's got some hydro stores with his kits in there. And I'm like, oh, that is a really smart thing. I can't believe he's not in hydro stores everywhere. So, you know, I tagged one of my local hydro stores and I think on that post and, you know, I don't know. Doesn't he have like 10,000 quantity options or something crazy like that too.
Yeah, he
Like,
can do that. Because I mean, here's what it is. The kit is probably what they send you when you order them is just a little envelope with a serial number for that clone or I mean that sample, and then inside is a stick for your plant pot with that same serial number thing on it. And then so you take a I think it's like a 1-inch cutting off of the newest leaf or growth if you can. And you can do it pretty early, like I don't know, after like the second, third node, you can take a clipping, so you can get this done pretty early and get your males out of there. But you take the clipping, you put it back in the envelope, you seal that, you put that in a, I put it in an envelope again, and then seal that, and then I put it in, USPS or something flat rate, little small box, and send it back. And I think they mash that leaf up and then do what they do with chemical agents. But it's definitely nice to get rid of the males quick. And it's always been spot on because I've always been like, all right, maybe this guy's just lucky. But it's always spot on. So I can't complain about it. I got the pineapple moose in here was sex tested by them. So.
Yeah, I feel like the proof is in the pudding, and he'd go out of business pretty quickly if it wasn't accurate. You know what I mean?
In one of those things too, yeah. So
that's
but
cool.
yeah,
But
I mean,
the accessibility of that, obviously he's got an Instagram, a website, or whatever. You can just buy them right from him. But I think having those just handy at grow stores and stuff. I don't know. There's not like a way those would expire, right? It's all just like
no,
tools in a bag.
exactly. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. That's what I'm saying. You can have these you can buy them, and that's what I would do is I would buy the quantity that gets me the discount.
Mhm.
And oh
Send
no,
them
if I
as
don't
needed.
use them all, I got them sitting in the
Yeah.
shelf, and you send them later. He's not gonna.
So it's like a
they're not-
prepaid
Yeah,
thing, it's like a
yeah,
prepaid bag. Once you got it, it's just once you send it in, you're good
yeah.
to
So
go.
those shops probably paid for all those. They marked them in
Mhm.
their system as paid for, and then just waiting for you to send them in. But yeah, I like them. There's some usually the THC companies that test and stuff like that, like Sci Labs and some of the others. They sometimes do sex testing too. Um, I know what's the one in Ann Arbor.
PSI Labs.
Yeah, they don't do it anymore.
Oh,
Oh,
Their
really?
website shows that they do. I hit them up, and they were like, "We don't do that anymore."
What about
I was like,
Spot?
"Okay."
Spot Lab in Kalamazoo.
I didn't hit them up. I know the one that got into the drama. What was the one?
In
Berettas?
Lansing, Berettas.
Veritas. They do it.
Ooh, don't
So,
even say their name.
but
For
you
real,
can
man.
also get the little machine that does this and do it at your house. You get a small. It's not that expensive. The small machine. You just need to
How much
figure
are
out
we
where to
talking?
get the.
Wait a minute.
I
It's
can't remember.
not that expensive. How much is it?
All right, let me look it up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 8 of
I
us
don't
right
remember.
here.
All right.
How much?
Because
is
I'm
it
the guy
for
that
people?
says I can put a fucking cutting in a fucking clone of water and they cost me $0. And
Well,
fucking-
yeah.
Yes, you are, Spartan.
Okay. Let's see. We're gonna wait.
Yeah, I mean, because if we're paying $10 for plant, I want to know what the break even or the payoff or the
Well, I'm sure Farmer
I forget
Freeman's
what
not
it's
getting a
called.
small one, but I mean, he's going to have a better one, I'm sure.
For sure,
I'm
for
still
sure.
curious to see what the.
Hey, I'll take
big
even like
phone-
96% accuracy. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't need to be 99.9.
It's probably more quantity thing, like how many you can do at once or something. It's probably got a big ass one.
This is a little Raspberry Pi machine that you just plug in your computer.
That's like $35. Well, they're probably more now.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't that bad. The hard part that I didn't get over to, which I think working class is working on, is you got to get the chemical agents. So you got to get a
Right.
supplier for these chemical reagents that'll, tell you the sex. But I'll look for it while we got time. But I forget what it was called. I found it. It's the same thing he uses. He just uses the big version, which is a little more
Is
expensive.
it a
It can run like
QPCR?
100. Is it QPCR? Let me look.
That's what I'm asking you. Oh.
Yeah, it was something looking kind of
I
like
think it
that.
can do sex testing and it can do some other genetic testing
Yes,
as well.
but it was like a homemade one, so it was cheap with the raspberry. I don't know if you know what Raspberry Pi. It's these little like.
Familiar, yeah.
Mini
Okay,
computers.
so yeah, so it was. That's why it was like you could get the 10 slaughter, so you could do like 10
It's only
at
10,
your
okay.
home. For it was like I don't know under 100 for that machine,
Yeah, I believe
and then you get the reagents. But I'll
Vader
find it.
OG. I believe Vader OG did a video on this a while ago. Well, when I mean a while, maybe a year ago or something, but maybe more. But I want to say it was like when he was talking about it, it was like 1,000 or something. And that seems like a lot.
I think it just
Oh, he
depends on
might.
how many wells you're looking at. Because I'm
Yeah,
looking at
exactly.
like a 96 well is 55,000, a 384 well is 70,000. You know, so if we're talking just like a one well, because how long does the reaction take?
I think it was like she was spending like I think it was like 3 or 4 hours.
No idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really remember. I looked this up a while ago.
I would
So
look
you might
up
wanna-
Vader OG's
Whoa.
thing on it because he did like a series. I don't think it was even one video. I think it was like several videos on it, and yeah, I think he's still doing it to some extent. But it went pretty in depth. I think I answered a lot of those questions. I just don't remember any of it. I just kind of vaguely remember watching those videos.
Yeah. Let's see.
So is PCR the same testing as like the COVID type testing, which I don't know anything about, but I just know the acronym.
Well,
Is that the same type
PCR
of
is the,
test?
I think it sounds like it's maybe related. The other one's called qPCR. So the DWC Grow dude says he stopped. He's talking about Vader, I believe. He stopped doing it because of the cost of the reagents. I thought, and their shelf
Yeah,
life was
okay.
short. So it's not like you could stock up on sale or something.
Oh,
DWC Grow Dude, can you list in chat what those reagents were, just so I can look into them a little bit more? I'm curious, and for chat, I appreciate it.
And give him a link and your firstborn child, and that will be all. Thank you.
Mother's maiden name, social security number, date of birth, last four social, or just the whole thing.
Those 3 little numbers on the back of your credit card.
Yeah, zip code, pet's name. I heard that's one of the questions they ask you when you go to the White House, like as like the clearance thing, or like the extra clearance thing if they need to, is they'll like go in like to like what I think of as like those AOL type like secure
AOL.
password. Yeah, like back in the let me get there. So like, you know, like 25 years ago when we were creating our first like AOL screen name or email or whatever, and you had like those security questions, which we still do. I don't know why I'm going this far back, but they'll ask you like you know, what's your pet's name? What's your mother's maiden name? All the questions I'll just ask you basically. You know, and you'll type in your pet's name. Oh, it's like, you know, freaking Rufus or whatever, right? That's my dog's name when I was like 7 years old. It wasn't, but let's just go with that. They'll ask you that as an extra security clearance thing. They'll be like, well, what was your pet's name when you were 7 years old? And I'm like, are they just going back to those security questions that we all were filling out for the last 25 years? And because how the hell do they know that?
Well, they know.
What's your guys' favorite conspiracy?
Ooh,
Oh, here we go.
Oh man.
damn, that's a whole lake set.
Opened up a fucking can.
There's so many
tried.
good ones. How can I pick just one? I love them all.
One of your favorites. I mean, give me a half a dozen at least.
I like 9/11. I think 9/11 is some bullshit. I
Wait,
think
the steel beams or the
yeah, I
which
think it's
part?
an inside job for sure. The steel beams, the thermite that was found, the buildings that fall that no plane fucking hit, all kinds of questions out there. The fucking Pentagon, where they fucking went and confiscated all the video. Where's the video? Show me the fucking video. You know, lots of things with 9/11. What about the original moon landing? I think is bullshit.
what?
Oh man.
Conspiracies came up in red left. That's what I think is crazy.
He's
That's
getting the
one.
evidence. He's getting evidence. He's getting his book, his notebooks.
Disclaimer.
I figured he'd be the first one unmuted.
I just think that by now, how about I say on the moon landing one, I'm skeptical, just because it looks so much like a fucking movie set to me. And why the fuck are we not back yet? Why the fuck has it taken us this far when technology has increased so much? When they like to say shit like the first iPhone had more technology than the moon landing, like, then why haven't we been there 100 times? What the fuck are we doing?
Do you think it's because of the radiation field around the that surrounds the planet and the atmosphere, and the humans can't pass through it? Is that part of it?
No, I don't know
Damn
anything
it.
about that.
Damn it! Oh, that was. I watched a couple documentaries, man. This is fun
What
shit.
about just COVID? I mean, come on, COVID is.
Which part of that? Oh, there goes this YouTube video.
There's a little rabbit hole right there.
A
I
big
don't
one.
know. I don't know about COVID. I don't know about it. I don't know. You'd have to be specific about what.
I mean, you
I think
surely
COVID
have
is
some
absolutely
conspiracy.
fucking killing people. I
Our
know
food
that.
system.
I absolutely know that was happening.
Biggest conspiracy there is. Food system.
The food system is a conspiracy.
Oh, absolutely. The whole thing.
Area 51.
Bigger than energy.
All of it. All the food.
Food
Oh,
and energy
it's
gotta
all-
be
it's all
top two,
greed.
right?
There's so many things we don't know about. That's the whole thing.
You can't just leave like that, Red.
Found it.
But it's like I
And,
can't.
and the thing is, there was a lot. So a few years ago, I met a guy who swore to me that Hillary Clinton was going to be thrown in jail and all this kind of stuff, and that hasn't happened yet. So I'm like, ooh,
What about the conspiracy against plastic straws?
ooh.
What is that conspiracy? I don't
Save the
know.
turtles.
You're saving the turtles, right?
Gotta save
No.
the turtles.
With plastic
Oh,
straws,
no, I'd rather have a plastic straw than a paper straw.
plastic straws are out here
That's-
murdering turtles.
Paper
Give me a
straws.
better,
The
give me a
turtle.
better alternative, and I'll get off the plastic straw. But I honestly don't use a lot of straws.
Where are the
Plastic-
turtle bodies? Is this a significant problem?
That's an excellent question. Show me the
At least
bodies.
one video. At least one.
I saw one video of one turtle.
Oh, I don't want to see the bodies. Honestly, I really don't want to see it.
No.
Just give me the numbers or something. But I don't want to see the bodies.
Now you got to use a paper
Facts.
straw that dissolves in your drink while you're trying to drink it.
Yeah, I
For
can't
real,
do that. No, I don't like those things. Man, that's gross.
Some states have entirely outlawed it. You gotta bring your own straws with you. It's crazy.
I'm being asked in chat by 2 cents. Does anyone remember the movie Wag the Dog? I don't remember Wag the
I
Dog.
don't remember. I was recently
about
asked
Wag-
if I'd ever
Wag
seen
the Dog?
Joe.
A movie, Wag the Dog.
No, I think that's a yo-yo move.
For Crowley, I was way off. The mini PCR 8, which is 8 slaughter, is $650.
All right, dude. Okay, so
Okay,
that's
that's
less
a
than
little different
$100
than
per
35.
figure.
It's a little different than 35.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I knew it was
35
more
is
than
the
35.
Raspberry
That was
Pi.
for the Raspberry Pi, so I knew it'd be like
which
some
are probably
bucks.
double that nowadays.
Then they got a 16 slaughter for 840. I can share this. It's mini PCR. But
I mean, I feel like we could afford to do this and maybe start a business out of it. Local Michigan.
You wouldn't have to need that
BGS.
many tests in order to justify the use of one of these things.
But the whole thing,
depending
that,
on the reagents.
yeah, the
For
whole
real.
thing that the reagents are so expensive that's why it's not.
So what's the break-even point, though? You know what I mean? Like one
I,
finger
I
deep
never
hunt
figured
for
out
each
the
of us?
reagents.
Yeah,
So,
I did
whoever
ask
knows
him to
that.
type them in. I haven't been watching.
I don't
this.
know, man. I'm taking fucking cuttings and I'm putting them in a cup of water and throwing them in the
All
water.
right,
It's
all right.
costing me 0. That's a pretty break-even point for me.
Yeah.
It sounds hard.
Yeah, I know. It's so hard, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
God. we
But
gotta
I
make
want
it-
someone
no,
else
we
to
gotta
do
make
the
it
work.
more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make it more difficult. It's more difficult to fuck with taking little leaf samples and fucking being all extremely clean and cautious.
It's something for everyone. It
Yeah.
depends on your size, your plant counts, you know what I mean, the size of
Keeping
you know what you're doing.
tags all right. Mix match it when you get your email. See
Some
which
people
ones.
take it a little more seriously than
That's
others.
the fun part.
I know.
Seeing what 24089 is gonna be.
I know.
I've been
You
watching that one.
Actually, that's the fun. We could make some derivatives on this, make some gambling going on the side of this,
Play
you know what I
sex
mean?
betting.
Yeah,
I know
well,
Secrets
I
would
wouldn't
be
call
in.
it that, but yeah,
Yeah,
maybe that
I
will
know
get all the
Secrets would be
gamblers.
in.
And
But
I'll bet on anything, dude. Let's go.
it's like, what are the odds?
You know that
There
outfit
are
would be
none.
perfect for
They're
secret.
50-50
Yeah,
every
50-50.
time.
How do you think I got this chain, dude?
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Blackjack, clearly.
He bet a
Betting at Greyhound
leprechaun.
races.
Wait. What's that? Oh man, what's the? I'm gonna fail this right now. The movie with the guy that loses his kid at the horse track races because he lost a bet. You guys know what I'm talking about? Couple big actors. It's called like the Milwaukee, not the movie,
You're
but
being
the
so specific so far,
dude.
man. I don't
Okay,
know.
you're killing me. Give me a
The
second.
only
Couple
horse
big
movie I know
actors.
is that.
Thanks, man. You're throwing me a
Seabiscuit.
bone with that one.
Yeah, a couple big
I swear it's Bruce Willis, dude. I'm so bad with pop culture, but I think it's Bruce Willis movie.
Bank says Seabiscuit.
Yeah, it's gotta be Seabiscuit.
Seabiscuit.
He leaves his kid there to take care of Seabiscuit, and it's Toby Maguire.
Okay.
hilarious.
It's Tobey Maguire.
Yep. And then Toby Maguire becomes Spider-Man.
I don't remember watching many movies about horses, so I can't think of anything, man.
Secretariat.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, it could have been. Yeah, but was it
It's
about the
Lucky
kid or
Number
was it
Slevin.
about a horse?
Lucky Number Slevin.
Yeah, I've never
Eleven?
heard it. I haven't even heard of that movie.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, let me.
I
go
don't. To
get
be
an
fair, I don't
image.
really watch a lot of movies. To be fair,
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it.
I recommend it highly. I don't even know where I was going with that point, but now we're talking about pulp culture and this movie. It's a great movie.
Huh.
so far, what I know about this movie, it's got some couple big name actors. It's about this guy that
Bruce
abandons
Willis.
this fucking kid at a horse track, but it's a great fucking movie. You should go watch it. Yeah, that sounds awesome, man. You're really selling it.
Dude, I wasn't even trying to sell the movie. I was trying to make a point, but now I'm trying to
What's
sell
the
the
point?
movie.
You don't even know the point.
No, I know.
What's the point?
Morgan Freeman is in it. How about them apples?
Who?
Morgan Freeman. Please tell me.
Okay,
you know
that's a
Morgan
big
Freeman
actor.
is.
Okay, I give you that. Yeah, that's a big actor.
Josh Hartnett. I've heard that name before.
Sounds like a
Hartnett.
depressing
I haven't
fucking
heard
movie to
that
me,
name.
man. It sounds like a depressing movie that I don't want to watch.
Okay, a case of mistaken
Oh.
identity lands Slevin into the middle of a war being plotted by two of the city's most rival crime
Woo!
bosses. All right.
Yeah, this guy was pretty generic.
It's so perfect because the way you're dressed. That's so perfect.
It's got a 7.7 on IMDb. I don't know if that's good or not.
I'm just playing the role, I swear.
Oh, the IMDb is hot.
No, I'm truly interested for Gurley. Please go on about how this movie is good.
I've
because it
backed
sounds
out of that
depressing.
tab. We're gonna go to Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, God. That sounds
Oh,
depressing. Is it happy? Is there a happy ending in that fucking movie? Or
No, of
something?
course not. I don't watch
Well,
happy
why the fuck
movies.
did I don't recommend me some fucking sad ass shit? What would you
Yeah,
do?
I do not want to
Yeah,
watch
that's
something
right,
that's sad. My life's sad. I don't want to watch
What the-
something that's
Have you
sad.
seen The Iron Giant?
What is?
Oh God, the Iron Giant's phenomenal.
It's a sad one.
Oh, you know
Did you
what?
go
I just watched for the first time this weekend the Top
Yeah.
Gun Maverick movie.
Oh, the new one?
It was good.
Oh, I haven't seen it,
It was
but I
good.
have heard it's good.
I
Yeah.
had zero desire to watch that.
Hmm.
You know what? I kind of felt the same way, Spartan, but he wanted me to watch it, and I watched it, and it was good. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad
think I'll
watched
give it. I'll definitely give it a chance. I just haven't watched it yet, so
It
I want
was
to.
Really good. Mhm.
I think it had something about just to do with gambling on sex. I think it might go back to that
What?
because it's a
What?
gambling movie. I'm still trying to figure my point.
What?
I have no idea what
What?
He's still trying to sell us a VHS or something.
2006.
I
I'm
don't know
probably
what
downloading
VHS.
it on VHS still. I mean, 87% Rotten Tomatoes. How about them apples or
Rotten
tomatoes?
Tomatoes. They gave some really bad flicks some really good scores.
That's audience score. I'm not even going to give you the tomato meter because
And vice versa, baked.
True.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah.
I can't believe has no one heard of this movie though? Seriously.
I remember it
Other than
slightly.
King
I've heard of
Fisher?
it, but I have not seen it.
Yeah, I
So
couldn't tell you what really happened.
definitely heard of it. Just don't know what it is.
We only watch good movies for Gurley.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, I've
what?
definitely seen some bad movies, but
I watched a World War One movie on Netflix the other night.
Yeah, I
That
saw the
was- that was a
preview
great
for that.
sad
It was
one.
2.5
If you wanna
hours
watch
long.
that. Yeah,
I want to
What
see
else?
it. Was
Brother-
it good, baked?
it's good,
I want to see it.
dude.
What else
Yeah,
is
I
good?
mean it's
Some
all
good
in German, so if you
Pulp
don't like
Fiction?
subtitles, get the hell out of here.
I know how to read.
But I know you're good,
Sorta.
Stevens. But some people don't like subtitles. It's crazy. But
Sometimes it gets annoying. I don't mind it for a little bit, but after a while, it's like,
Well,
fuck, come on.
I like it if I'm watching Germans, which you're watching Germans in World War One, and then if you're watching the French, it's in French, so you still hear that like,
Does anyone
Yeah.
here do the English dub over any of the foreign movies?
do we
Thank
do
goodness.
that?
Okay, yeah.
No, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's obnoxious.
Um,
What do you mean? Do we read the subtitles? and
No,
speak
no,
it
no. I'm
out
not talking
loud?
subtitles. I'm talking about the English dub.
If you
So
watch like an
instead of-
Asian movie and put English on it, so it's like, oh yes,
No.
how are you doing?
I can't do that at all. I
can't
hate
either.
it. I can't.
Yeah,
watch
that's
it that
that's
way.
miserable.
how does the German one go, Baked? If we were watching
German
a
one?
German movie and
Yeah.
they English dubbed it.
I've
That's
never
how it
done
goes.
that, so I couldn't tell you.
I've not experienced that.
German,
much.
one, they're always faster, so it'd be faster. How are you doing?
Get
Oh,
the
yeah.
little panzer.
Oh,
The movies.
oh yes, we have a war going on. Like
You
stuff
know,
like that.
kung fu movies where their
It's
mouth
funny.
is get a different
like
beat in the words.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
awful, dude. I've tried. I can't. I think I tried Squid Games like that. It was like I just
No.
immediately
No,
restarted
I
it.
hated
No.
Squid Games.
Dude, they're
Ugh,
doing
I
another one.
love-
I'm excited. Speaking of good movies,
Sorry.
Red, you
For
mentioned
everybody that loves
Cube.
Squid Games, I hated it.
Yeah, that's what
That's a Halloween. That's a horror movie. That's for Halloween.
Cube.
If you haven't seen that
Cube.
one,
It's
Cube
just so
and then
stupid.
Hypercube.
You know, there was just, I mean, it was just killing. That's all it was. I mean, like The Purge. I mean, come on, that was way different. And then, like, you had Squid Games, and you're like, this is stupid.
Was
If you want to compare
the
killing,
the ratings didn't say that.
sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, this was just Tara.
4
Yeah,
seconds away
everybody
from
doesn't have to
Joey
like it.
arguing against the ratings on Rotten Tomatoes.
You know,
Yeah.
for reals, and
Do you guys know who Mr. Beast is on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
His Squid Games series or video that he did cost the same amount as the entire budget, or cost more than the entire budget of the entire Squid Game series, and it was like a however many minute video.
It's crazy.
Yep.
He does some crazy shit on there sometimes.
That's his stick though, is to spend money. Right.
Make money and spend it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a billionaire like by next year is his claim, which is wild. Probably one of the first YouTube billionaires. Maybe the first. I don't know.
Oh,
And he's
that one
younger
bot-
than
what was
probably
that
all
kid?
of us.
He didn't. I couldn't believe he's not a fucking billionaire by now. He has his own toys and all that shit.
Which one?
Who?
The little boy. What was that? All the kids.
Ryan,
Ryan's World or whatever.
he
Like, all
sells
the kids
goo
were-
at Target. I remember seeing his goo.
that shit was everywhere, man.
Because kids like goo. There's like a goo fad going on.
Yeah, there was.
There's a whole aisle of that crap.
Seriously,
I was
Crayola
just like-
jumped in on
I
it.
felt bad for parents. I was like, man, that's got to get all over.
Dude,
the
Elmer's
car,
glue sales
all
through
over
the roof, though.
everything. Yeah, because you make your own.
That and
Yeah,
shaving
yep.
cream, apparently, and then just like food coloring, which is going to just dye
Oh, that
everything
would smell
in the
great.
Yeah.
Whole house smells like shaving cream.
house.
Oh my
Well, it's more like
gosh.
glue, but yeah, close enough. It's all the same. It's fewer or less brain cells either way.
Everybody's really happy all the time.
Then you start adding glitter to it and stuff. It's just, it's everywhere, man.
Wow.
For girl, you got anything new in the garden? Strains?
That Cobra
You
Milk,
know?
man, is like 2 weeks
Oh,
in the flower,
yeah.
I'd say. I haven't even given it a stem rub yet, but 10-gallon pot. She's probably like 4.5 feet tall, just sitting in between 4 lights, I think, right now, with a bunch of plants around her. So I put her right in the center of the room of the HLG 650Rs on the floor, not on the tables. So kind of give her enough room to spread out and do what she's gonna do. So we'll see. I mean, it's crowning out, I think, and I got to get out there tonight after the show to water everything. But maybe I'll probably
She
give it a
shouldn't
stem rub
stretch
tonight.
too much. She doesn't.
It doesn't seem like it. Yeah,
No.
I've got her next to the Mr. Clean, which doesn't stretch too much either, and I think the Mr. Clean might even be taller, but no, I think it's ahead of the Cobra Milk though. So we'll see. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to stretch like the clementine or lime skunk or anything like that. So, or even garlic punch, which is worse than probably all of them. Indoor, anyway.
Anything GMO related to me too. Is that garlic punch? Is that a GMO or no? Is it on one side?
GMO and primal punch, I think, is what it is.
Makes sense.
Oh yeah, got the far camera, but yeah, it's I mean, it's just straight garlic and like it's like a blueberry grape kind of something in between those two, which is almost more pronounced than the GMO. You'd think that like the garlic would overtake the flavor, but
yeah.
It doesn't. It's really like a berry back finish, and then every time I mix it with anything else, I expect the GMO to come through, and it never overtakes anything. So it's a nice like easy, nice, different tasting GMO. Sorry, Tara, I think I was talking over you.
Oh, you're fine. No, you're fine, and I totally agree with you.
Yeah, that GMO genetics info, that's what's going to make this like probably your tallest one in the garden.
Yeah, dude, it's like the internodal spacing is like the size of my freaking bong sometimes, you know what I mean? But like outside should just stay stacked and tight and everything. But indoors, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm just not ever blasting it with enough light, you know what I mean? That could be one of those things. I doubt it's a spectrum thing because it's pretty much full spectrum lighting in both rooms I've grown it in. And the last time I flowered it out to completion was under the tarantulas, long legs. I don't know which one, but I think the long legs, and that had the the red, far right, whatever red spectrum in there, and running 15 minutes after the lights went off and everything, and I think maybe it helped the stretch and stuff a little bit. And I think I ran that in veg a little bit, but I think it wasn't until like 2 weeks in a flower where I ran it 100% of the flowering or the daylight on time like you recommended. So I think I would have to actually veg under that with those reds on the whole time to see if that makes any effect through the kind of the whole stretch phase. But outdoor, it doesn't do that. It just doesn't do it. So try to mimic it as best I can.
Be able to pop those again and give it a good shot. I lost all of that whole grow when I had the PM and bullshit going on when I had that. So I'm excited. I saved those seeds that I had left over, so I'm excited to do that again. One of these days, I'm gonna get back to growing. One of these days.
You grow every day, Tara. What are you talking about?
So you grow a lot. Don't worry.
Yeah, like for myself. That's gosh, I want to grow for myself again so bad. Goodness.
What about growing for yourself makes it so special or different? Because there's a lot of reasons you might want to do that.
Well,
but like for you, you grow so much on a daily basis. Why would you want to grow small again?
One is cost. I would like to grow my own flower so I don't have to buy it anymore. Right now I have to buy my own flower, and it's not that I don't care for okay, so here's the thing. It's a double-edged sword for me. It's not that I don't want to buy anything from my friends and my caregiver friends and support them, which I do. But I also want to be able to grow so I can give back to people that have given me so much. I really, really, really want to give back to the people. And I'm a caregiver and I'm about medicine, and I need to grow. And I need to give back to people just as much as I need to give to myself, because touching these plants is so detrimental to me. Just even at work is just like so beneficial. So to be able to come home and be able to do this on an everyday basis, I really need to get back to that too.
Yeah, I think that's probably where we all started, or many of us did, was it just got too expensive, you know what I mean? And for me it was like, hey, I got some bag seeds, might as well give it a try, and then here we are, like almost 10 years later or whatever.
So many seeds I've bought and been given, and I need to run them, and I have so many specific things that I like myself that I've been able to discover over my journey, and I need to run those and see what they're about and if that's really what I need. And I'm still experimenting and wanting to experiment, and I have so many ideas and I just need to get back at it. So living in a camper does not do what I need to do for me right now. And I need to get back to a home and, to be able to grow and touch soil for myself. I get to do it on an everyday basis at work, and that's so great. And I'm so fortunate and very thankful. But I also need to do it at home for myself too.
I had a conversation with someone recently, and they were saying how there's like 3 kind of important or key facets to life for them, and they thought for everyone, but specifically for them. One was the physical, one was the mental, and one was the spiritual. And I really think that this plant, as a hobby, as a recreation, as a medicine, as any way you partake, can really be all 3 of those things. It doesn't have to be the one of each one of those 3 things, but it really has benefits in all 3 areas.
Yeah, totally. I mean, like I've said before, I mean, through my divorce and stuff, and boy, if I had done this while I was raising my kids and stuff, it had been so great, and I'd had such a stress reliever. And I wish people could understand that if you touch something that's green, not even if it's cannabis, if you just do a vegetable or a house plant, there really is great benefits from touching a plant and taking care of it and just having a purpose. So I don't know. I need to have my own plants and be their mom. It's me being a helicopter mom again, I guess. Granted, I guess I get to finally shout out that I'm gonna be a grandma. So I get to finally
congratulations.
I get to finally put it out on the internet. I'm safe to put it out. Thank you. I'm super excited. May, we are getting a new baby in the family, and I'm super stoked. And so, yeah. But besides that, I love plants and I love what they do for people. And I really wish that people could see the benefit and give it a shot. And I love when people do just say, okay, I'm gonna give this a chance. Recently my son he's been a smoker. He got me into dabbing, and then he stopped doing all that, and he was a big drinker, and then he went to AA, and he's not doing that anymore. And he just recently started like dabbling in CBD again. And then I left him some gummies that had some THC, and he was like, I was a little leery to do it, Mom. And he was like, but you know what? I slept really good when I did. I was like, that's all I'm asking. Just give it a shot. There's, instead of taking a pill to sleep for melatonin or something, you could take a plant, in a sense, in my eyes. So.
Yeah, I love that. And when you get them to just try, that's the hardest part. But once you get somebody to just try it, it does everything you need it to do. And usually it's really good to convince them. That's all it needs to convince them, especially sleep. It's huge.
That's huge. And here recently, I've been having a ton of trouble with my sleep again. So having these edibles that one of the girls that I work with make for me has been great to have. Love it. Letting me get up and not have to worry about, feeling groggy or anything like that. I can get up for work and I still get a good night's rest. But that's butter for me. I don't know. It's more butter than distillate for me. Some people that are a less user, I would say, would benefit from distillate, whereas I don't, but I have a high tolerance, so butter works better for me.
I'm saying, Tara, the distillate won't even affect me nowadays, really. So butter does. Butter, I think, is even a different effect.
I really agree.
RSO. I think the butter is probably more narcotic than RSO.
It's attached to a fat, so it's going to be absorbed.
And that's the thing; it's attaching to a fat.
Yeah.
And another thing, you could be like skinny like you, and you could be like me, where I've got like fat content in that, and it really reacts different with my fat content than maybe somebody that's less. I don't want to say fatter or any skinnier, that kind of thing, but it really does.
I can see that.
Like what Stagman says in chat, with ghee and MCT oil, which is those two alone, being a very good combination.
And that might be another thing too, Terry, that might help with an RSO if you wanted to continue or anytime with RSO is to do like we do with the butter and let it mix with a fat, and that might help you absorb it better. Like liney fat, I think would work. Butter, MCT oil, coconut oil, any cooking oil. You know, they're all going to have different absorption rates to be able to absorb, you know, as much of it or as little of it as it can.
The
I'll
fattier, the
definitely
better.
try anything, yeah. And I
But
kind
yeah,
of feel
like
like maybe the
coconut
fattier thing is maybe what needs to be what I might be better for. I don't know.
I think you have to
That's the
match the
thing.
fat that your body can consume easily. So
It's
if
so weird
your
because
body is so used to butter, obviously
you
from
think
a
this
baby we
little
get butter.
capsule would not affect me that bad, but it really ultimately does.
I think that's another thing you could try is like I would just try to melt some butter down and just squeeze some fucking RSO and that mix it
Okay.
up.
Oh well.
And maybe that might have a
Sorry if this is gross for people to like talk about, you know,
it's
or
not
anything.
gross.
You know,
This is important topics. We were
you
shooting
know,
the shit
like
before. This is important. This can
people's,
help.
you know, stomach gut things. I kind of feel is very important. That's what got me to where I am and what I'm doing. So
Well,
I
it's
don't
really
know.
like organics. Our gut biome is very much like the plant's way the plant eats with in organics with
Rhizosphere.
their microbes. So that just like the plant microbes in the root zone, our root zone is our stomach. You know, that's
Mhm.
we need microbes. That's what probiotics are. And so it's very much the same thing. It's very
But you
translatable.
know, this is funny though. So on probiotics, like in yogurt and that kind of thing, like
Right.
if I do a probiotic in a yogurt, it will screw me up. But if I do just plain yogurt, like Yoplait or something like that, I'm fine. But if I do
Yeah.
like
So what's
a
happening is your
a Greek
probiotic.
yogurt or one of those Chioban ones, I'm like, whoa, this is fucked up.
Yeah, because what's happening is they're reintroducing different microbes. So your Yoplait is your familiar microbe, your lactobacillus. When you drink milk, you get that. But when you get the probiotics added, they're adding different strains and different things. So new microbes that aren't used to being residing in your gut. So something's got to go. So either the new ones that you're introducing can't catch hold and get a food source, or the ones that are in there are going to get booted out by them. The hope
Yeah.
is that the old ones are getting booted out and these new guys are going to take over.
Hope so.
And so what happens is it's just going to take time, just like when you take a dog and you change its food. He has issues for a while before he gets used to it and he can handle it. It's the same kind of thing because you're having that change in your microbiome in your gut. Now, what happens naturally when you can't add microbes, it's like what you're eating is what microbes show up because whatever food source that you're giving them to break down, those are the microbes that are going to show up. So if you're eating, like, say, for example, a carrot out of the ground, the microbes that eat and break that material down are already present on it, trying to eat and break that down. So when we eat it, we're introducing that into our guts. So they're there to start breaking that down, but you got to keep eating carrots or those guys die. You don't have any more food source. So that's why it's so hard and why you have cravings for certain foods. If you eat them for a long time, you're going to crave that shit because you got microbes that are starving and you're not giving them that anymore.
Perfect
It's funny you
transition.
said that because that's true. I really do like crave things from time to time, and then I'm like burnt out, and then I'm like crave, and then I'm burnt out. So interesting.
Spartan, that's kind of a perfect transition into, I think this is where I learned it. You are where I learned it from. Bavaria Bassiana, right? And that was that
very good.
Okay,
Yes,
was that
Bavaria BB.
was that one of who's someone's making that or selling it, right?
Yeah, my buddy Brandon Russ. You can get
Brandon
it from
Russ,
his
that's right.
website, Bokashi Earthworks.
And it's like a insecticide, sort of, right? Was
It's a
that the one that
fungus.
attacks the
Fungus spore.
soft? And it
Yes.
attacks the soft-bodied. We talked about this. It
makes
one
a
of the
relationship
dangers.
with the plant. So it actually, I forget the words now because I'm so high, but I don't think it doesn't infect the plant, but it works with the plant. It covers the plant and the
Symbiotic
soil too.
relationship?
It's a soil fungus too, and it will infect the insects, soft-bodied insects.
So I'm literally just walking down the aisles of the grocery store the other day, and they had a bag in the IPM aisle from BioSafe Systems called Bioceras WP, and it's a strain of Bavaria Bassiana. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna grab this bag just because I remember like Spartan talking about this, and I should have just ordered it from Brandon Russ, like you said, but I had to grab it, and so I haven't tried it yet. But yeah, I just thought that it was interesting that those things are starting to permeate even in the grow stores, and from a company like BioSafe, who makes Zerotol and Sanidate and all these products we've talked about, dozens of times.
Yeah, a lot of those OMRI listed too. They went through all that licensing for the that organic certification too.
Yeah, it is. The strain is ANT-03, if that means anything to anybody.
It's not to me, but I'm sure somebody
Yeah,
does.
I don't know. I use Brandon's, but I don't know what strain it was. But it was pretty neat because the thing is though, it'll kill everything. So if you got living soil, it's gonna kill everything good and bad.
What is?
The
What is?
Bavaria Bassiana.
Oh, you mean like a beneficial predator?
Yeah, if you had like let's say road beetles or hypoasis miles in your
I
soil,
won't
they're
fuck with
going
them. I don't think I fucks with a road beetle, man.
from what
Maybe
I read,
hypostasis miles.
it'll get
Bro,
a hold of
I've done it. I fucking sprinkled the spores without even mixing them with water straight on my fucking soil.
Yeah.
This
And the fucking road
says
beetles fucking chilling, man. They give no fucks.
this says cinch bugs, white grubs, plant bugs, white flies, aphids, thrips, spotted wing Drosophila, vinegar fly, European corn borer, striped cucumber beetle, and bud weevil. So really, aphids, thrips probably are the biggest things that we would use this
Right.
for. I would
Best
assume.
ones for thrips because they pupate or they make their fucking babies in the soil.
Mm-hmm.
So they have like a life cycle where they're in the soil. So if you make that full of that BB, it's gonna fuck them up when they're trying to.
Are fungus gnats the same way?
Yeah, I'll fuck
Right?
with fungus gnats as well.
Okay, because that's what I have right now. Just doing the whole organic soil thing. I've got some of those in there, and I've got the yellow strips, and I've I think I'm using some nematodes. I mentioned a couple weeks ago. I took advantage of that.
Definitely put your nematodes in.
Organics.
That's awesome. That's
Sorry, say again, Tara.
Do the nematodes. So that's awesome.
Well,
And
I've that's like a monthly or maybe bi-monthly, just kind of when I feel like it. IPM that I
just
use.
throw it into your reservoir when you're feeding.
Yeah, SF.
Well, nematodes shouldn't go through a pump.
Right.
Yeah, there's a certain pressure that you can't
Well,
put them through.
I guess I was thinking about a veg situation. Sorry.
I just stir them up in a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, I
on
just
top
hand
and-
water 'em,
Yeah.
just water in.
Yeah, but so I've been using
They're
nematodes
nice.
for years, but I haven't used anything like this fungus or anything. And the other thing I know that works, I think for them is mosquito dunks, mosquito bits, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And that's one of those
Yeah.
things that you literally can put in your reservoir, right?
That's
You're just BTI.
I got the bits,
Really.
yeah, and I just sprinkle them on top of the pots.
Okay.
Israeli, I think is what the I is.
Yeah, I haven't used them in a while, but that or you could get hypoasis miles and road beetles.
I've never used rove beetles.
Because they live in the top 2 inches of your soil, and
Yep.
that's where all this stuff is gonna lay its larvae, and they're gonna be like, yum.
And the road beetles are like you can easily see them. They're like if you've seen an earwig, just picture an earwig without the pinchers on its ass. It's about
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
That makes me a lot more comfortable around them. Then.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
pinchers are really the dangerous part of them.
Yeah, those are some pretty fucking scary looking things for sure.
But so yeah, I'm gonna try it for this, just the fungus stats and just see what happens. I guess it's probably been 3 weeks since my last nematode dose, and I haven't ordered any, although I was about to. So maybe I'll just skip that and try this out. I don't know. Just
And
kinda
you
having
split
fun
your
over it.
nematodes into two waterings, right?
Say again, Baked.
You split your nematodes into 2 waterings, right?
No.
So like when you get nematodes, you should be
split them in half.
I split them in half instead of buying 2, but you should be reapplying within 3 to 7 days, because that ends the life
Completes that
cycle.
life cycle to like wipe out everything.
So like try that too. And so I end up getting a pack of them usually, the plastic container. And I just sprinkle out half of them into my.
And I didn't really mean to say that we throw it into our reservoir, but our 55-gallon barrel tank that we use for a day kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
We
we
throw
have
it in
one of
there
those.
and then
Yeah.
water in. And that's
Yeah.
what we would do on a regular weekly basis. And I kind of felt like that was very good.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
agree.
it's
Yeah.
one of the best IPMs I think that exists.
I
'cause
mean,
it's-
why not do it?
Expensive.
It's an easy one to do.
And there's a large variety of them too for a large variety of different pests, so you can target
Yeah.
them. It's not like you're just throwing money at a problem.
If you're doing SF and HB,
Hmm.
you're
That's
covering all the
probably-
bases for us
Pretty much.
here with cannabis. Like, and what's nice is you're also probably preventing in the hopefully knock on wood never instance y'all get it is root aphids.
Root aphids. Yeah.
So one of the HB or the SF, one of those hits those. I think it's the HB.
Neither one will like cure you of root aphids, but they both will fucking
Well, yeah, and the key
Slow 'em
is
down.
if being
preventative,
on
not
it.
a
Yeah, you're
cure.
preventing it. So if the root aphid one comes and lands and lays an egg, it's like no, here comes some nematodes. But yeah, I got root aphids once. That was miserable. I fought them with Bavaria Bofsiana. That took over my whole pot. Didn't matter. They just found their way to somewhere else. And then I tried Evergreen because I was talking to Brandon. It's I don't know what it's what is it, pyrethrin? Yeah.
Oh yeah, can't use
And
it. Not in commercial.
yeah, and so I tried that, and that didn't even work, and then I ended up just resetting, killing everything and resetting.
Yeah.
Root aphids are the devil.
Well, yeah, because I guess the pyrethrin or however you say it was that how are you applying it?
let water through because it's
Okay.
cocoa.
Root drench.
Yeah,
Dang,
root drench.
You'd think that would work for the most
Yeah,
part. but
yeah, and I bought the expensive crap he recommended, which is like 4% or something.
I think the only thing that might have been a good addition to the root drench, and this is not something I would recommend to anybody with really even live plants at all, especially not flowering plants, is the gas like bug bomb pyrethrin.
Oh yeah.
Because then you're hitting every nook and cranny that they can exist
that's
in.
the problem.
In
with
addition
them.
to the roots, yeah, they'll just
They
fly.
fly.
everywhere,
They're
right?
like
fly.
they're an aphid, but they fly, and then yeah. Yep.
But
Well,
yeah, that
was a pretty
sounds
good
awful.
show. we got Halloween tomorrow.
Yep.
Like,
So what are you guys
Really
doing for
early.
Devil's Night tonight?
what is that? We gotta do something.
Same thing I do every
Oh,
night.
Try to take over the world.
Cool to get stuff.
That's right.
Well,
We going to
everybody's
Discord
putting
now?
on their hoods.
2 minutes.
It's a time. Put your
I'm not putting on my pumpkin head. I refuse.
Come on.
Tara.
No,
Like-
it's not my vision, and I did not bring it in.
You don't need
either.
any
What's
vision
up,
for the
Sarah
last
Prue?
minute and a half of the show.
Sorry.
Okay, you don't gotta do shit you don't want to do.
Don't say sorry to us. Just say sorry, Nut Tree. He worked hard on it.
Exactly. No, he did not work hard.
He did work hard on it.
You can
That
wear
was
all
the
the-
Apparently, it
whole
fit
Great,
perfectly.
yeah.
Apparently, it fit
That's the whole
perfectly.
thing. I needed him to do something for me, and I wanted this whole pumpkin head with
He made
eyes
you
and a nose and a
great
mouth.
pumpkin
Came
helmet.
off.
Just put it in the window of the camper, and it'll give people a giggle when
Listen.
they see it passing down.
You know what the bad thing is? Is he didn't even say the pumpkin seeds.
Oh,
He left
them
cut out
there.
the eyes, the
That-
nose, and the mouth. They cut them
that's-
right out of the frame.
that's
He
a
left
little
them-
Blasphemy. That's
Yeah, that's a
blasphemy.
Oh my god, where's the pumpkin seeds so I can fry them up? And he's like, what? I was like, he's like out there, and I was like, for the birds, right?
Oh,
At least
That's
he
all
didn't
right.
waste
Maybe
them entirely.
That's
maybe
right.
they'll grow next year to a
Amanda
pumpkin
gave
patch.
me her pumpkin, so I get to core it out still, and I got pumpkin seeds still that I can do. I'm okay. I got really good.
Save a couple seeds, throw them out in the field. Maybe you'll get some pumpkins next year.
Oh well, we're in campground, so we can't be doing that. So.
Well, shit happens. Just throw it out on it like
Yeah,
a
gorilla
put it
grill.
like a flower bed here.
Hopefully, you won't be there.
I'll
You'll
come
find a
through and plant
place.
some tomatoes for you, Tara.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Who knows?
Hey guys, go watch Lucky Number 11 and report back.
Yeah.
I'm not watching any depressing shit. You better give me one that makes me smile. Man. Cry.
Try Encanto
Yeah.
on Disney.
Cheers, everybody!
Right,
Happy
don't watch it.
Halloween!
Happy
Cheers, guys.
Halloween.
Check out the late sesh tomorrow.
Boo.
At 11 p.m.
At
Eastern
a
Standard.
late
11
sesh.
p.m.